You are willing to get PMP certification to advance your project management career. You know that you must attend in 35 contact hours of PMP training, both to satisfy the PMI exam requirement and for getting ready for the PMP exam. The next question is, how should I choose my PMP certification training? We are a training provider offering all forms of PMP training, in-person, self-paced, and live classes. We've helped 125,000 professionals in more than 180 countries to get ready for the certification exams. After having this significant experience and following our competitors closely, I would recommend you to follow the steps below to choose your PMP training. 1. Determine which PMP training form you would like to attend. There are 3 main forms: in-person, self-paced, or live class. Some of the training providers make blended options, such as live class plus self-paced or in-person plus self-paced as well. Some PMP training aspirants are fond of the in-person method, while others feel more comfortable with the online method. You should decide which PMP training option you would like to attend. 2. Search for alternative PMP training providers. If you would like to attend an in-person PMP training, you will have limited options, especially if you're living in a small city. However, there are lots of options in online PMP training. The following are some options to look on the web for PMP training providers. In-person PMP training options. Search for PMP training, PMP course, PMP classroom training, in-person PMP training, PMP classroom training, etc. Self-paced PMP training options. Search for online PMP training, online PMP course, self-paced PMP training, self-paced PMP course, etc. And PMP live class training options. Search for online PMP class, PMP live training, and instructor-led PMP online training. If a PMP training provider is reputable and credible, you will see the options in the first pages of the search results after your query. Check the options one by one. 3. Check whether the PMP training satisfies 35 contact hours requirement. There are several PMP training options, especially if you're looking for online alternatives. Make sure the PMP training you will attend will satisfy the 35 contact hour requirement of the PMP exam. I'm not trying to malign our competitors. However, there are several training providers that claim that they satisfy 35 contact hours requirement, although the content itself shows that theoretically it is impossible. For instance, the following is a PMP online training I found on the web that claims that it satisfies 35 contact hours. However, the course content shows that it has 24.5 hours of on-demand video. PMP requirements are clear that, in order to satisfy the 35 contact hours requirement, each contact hour must be instructional, taught by a PMP instructor. So, the course content and what you will earn conflicts with each other here. How can I check whether a PMP training satisfies 35 contact hour requirement? This is easy. You can check the PMP course curriculum and make sure the content covers the PMBOK knowledge areas. You can check the legitimate, authentic, and genuine recent reviews of the students from several resources: BBB, Google, Trustpilot, or Facebook. You can ask the PMP training provider as well whether they satisfy the 35 contact hour requirement and recent student testimonials. Make sure that the student testimonials are not fake though and coming from real students. For instance, we sent the following email to our students if they ask whether our courses satisfies the 35 contact hour requirement of the PMP exam. Our courses are recognized and approved by PMI as a 35 contact hour PM education requirement for the PMP and CAPM exams. The following reviews from the students are the proof. You can continue your study with our courses to get your certification in your first attempt. Over 125,000 professionals from 180 plus countries enrolled in our PMP and CAPM certification training and got their certifications with a 99.6% success rate, first attempt pass rate. I'm also sending feedback of recent PMP exam takers along with their LinkedIn profiles. Don Wheeler scored the highest grades in the PMP exam. Amber Zhao passed the PMP exam, read her tips. Lena Adams' 2-minute video, PMP exam story. How did Sanjay pass the PMP in 20 days? Please let me know if you have any further queries. Regards. If you follow the links above, you'll see that each review is made by a real person, and you can find links to their LinkedIn profiles as well. Besides, you can check with our A+ rated BBB profile, which shows that we are a legitimate and credible business with lots of student reviews. You should see similar footprints if a PMP training provider is legitimate and satisfies the 35 contact hours for the PMP exam. 4. Consider pricing and options of PMP training options. After you've shortlisted the prospective PMP training options for you, you should consider the pricing and options. Some training providers may offer application guidance, supplementary documents, or refund options, while others do not. Consider all the pros and cons of each alternative and pick the best option for you. In summary, first determine which form of PMP training you'd like to attend, and then search for alternatives. Eliminate the options which are not credible or do not satisfy the PMP exam requirements. Shortlist the options and make your final decision. You can visit the description area of this video to find more details about PMP training options. I wish you success in your PMP journey.